Fear can affect individuals regardless of their past courage or faith. Even figures known for bravery can experience moments of intense fear. The experience of fear is a universal human emotion. External circumstances can trigger feelings of fear, regardless of inner strength. Fear can manifest as physical reactions, such as trembling and hiding. Acknowledging fear is the first step towards overcoming it. Fear can arise from specific threats and perceived danger. The perception of danger directly influences the intensity of fear. Specific threats can trigger a fear response. Fear is an emotional response to perceived threats. Fear can lead to feelings of failure, even after significant accomplishments. Significant achievements can be undermined by the influence of fear. The undoing of work can result in feelings of despair. Despair often follows the perception of wasted effort. Feelings of failure can arise from the belief that one's efforts have been negated. Lamentation arises from the perception of lost progress and unrealized potential. Fear can motivate individuals to conceal their true identities or beliefs. Blending in with a crowd can be a strategy to avoid detection or persecution. The desire for self-preservation often outweighs the courage to stand up for one's convictions. Denial of affiliation can stem from a perceived threat to personal safety or social standing. A servant girl's identification of Peter as being with Jesus initiates a sequence of events. The servant girl's recognition creates a direct association between Peter and Jesus. Fear of association and potential persecution drives Peter's subsequent denial. The identification poses an immediate threat to Peter's safety and freedom. Fear can lead to denial, causing individuals to betray their values. Denial can stem from the overwhelming pressure of immediate circumstances. Betrayal of relationships often results from prioritizing self-preservation over loyalty. The act of denial can have profound and lasting consequences on personal integrity. Values are tested most severely during moments of intense personal risk. The scene portrays intense emotional distress and anticipation of suffering. Kneeling in prayer symbolizes a moment of profound internal conflict and supplication. Sweating profusely indicates extreme physical and emotional strain. The weight of fear and anticipation is visually represented through posture and expression. The garden setting provides a backdrop of natural serenity, contrasted with inner turmoil. The scene conveys a moment of intense personal struggle and spiritual significance. Faith involves trusting in a higher purpose, even when facing fear and uncertainty. Prayer is a means of seeking guidance and understanding in moments of profound struggle. Surrendering to a higher will demonstrates profound trust and acceptance of a divine plan. Acknowledging fear is a natural part of faith, but it does not negate the power of trust. True faith involves acknowledging the possibility of alternative paths while ultimately accepting the chosen one. Faith provides strength and resilience in the face of adversity and difficult decisions. The scene symbolizes restoration and renewed courage. The figure's refreshed state represents a return to strength. Boldness is visually represented through posture and stance. The bright landscape enhances the feeling of hope and renewal. The overall composition conveys a sense of peace and empowerment. Peter's preaching demonstrates his transformation following his denial of Jesus. This transformation highlights the possibility of restoration and personal growth. Peter's story emphasizes the power of forgiveness and second chances. The narrative underscores the potential for redemption, even after significant failures. Fear is a universal human experience. The experience of fear affects all individuals, regardless of their beliefs. Experiencing fear is a normal human emotion. Feeling fear does not diminish one's faith or strength. Fear can obscure an individual's perception of divine power. Focusing solely on present dangers can lead to the neglect of past victories. Overwhelming fear can cause one to forget previously experienced divine interventions. The perception of power is diminished when overshadowed by immediate threats. A mindset dominated by fear can create a distorted view of reality. Acknowledging past divine support can mitigate the blinding effects of fear. Fear can lead to denial as a self-protective mechanism. Denial can result in compromising one's values. Self-preservation can tempt individuals to abandon their principles. Compromised values often stem from the desire for self-protection. The abandonment of values is a consequence of succumbing to fear-driven denial. The agony in Gethsemane illustrates that experiencing fear does not equate to weak faith. Instead, fear can serve as an opportunity to cultivate a deeper trust in God's will. Trust in God's will is strengthened through facing moments of intense fear and uncertainty. The experience in Gethsemane shows that faith is not the absence of fear, but the presence of trust amidst fear. Divine support offers comfort and restoration to individuals facing fear. Elijah's story exemplifies God's unwavering support during moments of faltering faith. Peter's experiences further illustrate divine assistance in overcoming fear and doubt. God's provision of comfort and restoration is a consistent theme throughout these narratives. These stories demonstrate God's unwavering support for those who falter due to fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Triumph over fear involves acting despite feeling afraid. Relying on God's strength is essential for overcoming fear. Divine strength empowers individuals to face and conquer their fears. Fear can manifest as deceptive internal narratives that distort reality. These deceptive narratives can paralyze the spirit, hindering action and decision-making. Even the mightiest individuals can be brought to their knees by the debilitating effects of fear. Fear's power lies in its ability to undermine confidence and create a sense of helplessness. Overcoming fear requires recognizing its deceptive nature and actively challenging its narratives. Elijah's story illustrates that witnessing miracles does not guarantee immunity to fear. Fear's pervasive influence can affect individuals regardless of their past experiences or spiritual encounters. Even those who have experienced divine intervention can still succumb to the power of fear. The narrative underscores the universal vulnerability to fear, regardless of one's background or circumstances. A single perceived threat can trigger overwhelming fear. Jezebel's pursuit of Elijah exemplifies the power of perceived danger. The intensity of fear is often disproportionate to the actual threat. Perceived danger can lead to heightened anxiety and defensive reactions. Fear can lead individuals to deny their associations and beliefs under pressure. Succumbing to fear can have significant consequences on one's actions and integrity. Peter's denial illustrates the potential impact of fear on personal choices. The pressure of persecution can override personal conviction. Denial, driven by fear, represents a divergence from one's true self. The consequences of fear-based decisions can be profound and lasting. Fear can compromise one's values, leading to actions that are later regretted. Denial often serves as a psychological defense mechanism against confronting uncomfortable truths or potential consequences. Compromised values can result in actions that contradict one's moral compass, causing internal conflict and regret. Regret is a common emotional response to actions taken under the influence of fear, highlighting the importance of ethical decision-making. Jesus' experience in Gethsemane illustrates the presence of fear even in divine figures. The agony in Gethsemane highlights Jesus' humanity. Experiencing fear underscores Jesus' empathy. The presence of fear does not negate divinity, but rather enriches understanding. Gethsemane serves as a powerful reminder of shared human vulnerabilities. The narrative emphasizes the relatable nature of emotional struggles. Facing fear, Jesus chose surrender to divine will, not escape. This act exemplifies a model for overcoming fear through faith. Surrender to divine will provides a pathway to transcend fear. Faith acts as a guiding principle in moments of fear and uncertainty. Choosing faith over fear transforms vulnerability into strength. Divine intervention is represented by an angel sent to nourish Elijah, addressing his fear. The act of nourishment symbolizes divine care and provision during times of distress. Elijah's fear is contrasted with the angel's presence, highlighting the reassurance and support provided. This interaction illustrates the concept of divine care as a response to human vulnerability. Peter's restoration by Jesus demonstrates the transformative power of forgiveness. This restoration led to Peter becoming a foundational figure in the early church. Peter's journey exemplifies the concept of redemption after denial. The narrative of Peter highlights the profound impact of second chances. Jesus' actions demonstrate the ultimate courage. Through courage, Jesus overcame fear. Jesus conquered death. This victory provides hope. Assurance is offered to those facing their own fears. Fear can cause individuals to forget past successes and consistent support. Elijah's reaction to Jezebel's threat exemplifies how fear can override prior experiences of divine faithfulness. Threats can trigger a fear response that obscures the memory of past resilience and divine assistance. The experience highlights the potential for fear to undermine confidence and obscure awareness of ongoing support. Intense fear can create the temptation to compromise one's values or beliefs for self-preservation. Denial, as a response to fear, represents a divergence from one's established moral compass. The act of compromising values under duress can lead to internal conflict and a sense of dissonance. Self-preservation instincts, while natural, can sometimes conflict with adherence to principles. The pressure of intense fear can obscure rational judgment, leading to choices that contradict deeply held convictions. Maintaining integrity in the face of fear requires conscious effort and a commitment to one's core beliefs. Experiencing fear is a natural human emotion. The critical aspect lies in how one responds to fear. Responses to fear can lead to either positive or negative outcomes. One example of managing fear is demonstrated in the prayer of Jesus in Gethsemane. Prayer can be a method for confronting and overcoming fear. The ability to manage fear is a key element of personal strength. Divine support provides strength during moments of fear and uncertainty. Elijah's restoration exemplifies divine intervention following periods of doubt. Peter's recovery illustrates the power of faith in overcoming personal failings. Overcoming fear and doubt requires reliance on a higher power for renewed strength. Restoration is possible through divine assistance, even after moments of faltering. Heroes of faith were not defined by the absence of fear, but by their actions in spite of it. True courage is found in choosing to act, even when fear is present. Reliance on a higher power provides the strength to overcome fear. Acting despite fear, powered by faith, embodies the essence of courage. Divine support is demonstrated through comfort and guidance during challenging times. Fear can be overcome with divine intervention, providing solace and direction. God's presence offers reassurance and support when facing adversity. Challenges can be navigated with divine assistance, leading to resolution and peace. Faith provides strength and resilience in the face of fear and uncertainty. Divine comfort and guidance exemplify unwavering support during moments of vulnerability. Peter's restoration by Jesus exemplifies the profound impact of forgiveness. This act demonstrates the transformative power inherent in second chances. Forgiveness allows for personal renewal and a fresh start. The restoration process involves acknowledging past mistakes and embracing future possibilities. This narrative underscores the potential for redemption and positive change in individuals. Jesus' act of courage triumphed over fear and death. This victory offers a beacon of hope. This hope is available for all who struggle with fear. The act provides a path to overcome fear. Trusting in a divine plan is a central tenet of faith. This trust is essential, even when confronted with profound fear. The surrender of Jesus in Gethsemane exemplifies unwavering faith in the face of fear. Faith involves accepting a higher purpose despite personal anxieties. Surrendering to a divine plan requires courage and acceptance. Inspiration can be drawn from historical figures to foster courage and faith. Overcoming fear is achievable through the examples set by influential figures. Courage and faith are attainable qualities through learning from historical precedents. Living with courage and faith is a learned behavior, reinforced by historical actions.